Good Saturday morning, everybody. It's Trevor Thompson, the self-appointed Looney Tunes Critic, and it is once again the first of the month. As Bugs, Thugs, and Harmony, I know that's not their name, but as that old rap group from when I was a boy once said. And this is Mexican Joyride, and it's the first of the month, as I say, so I have a guest with me, and once again, I brought back my good friend, Mr. David Germain. David, how are you?
I'm still fine.
Still doing well a month later.
Yeah.
You know what? You don't sound any different. You sound exactly the same as you did last month. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's almost
like what I've been through in that whole month. Holy cow.
I know, man. It's almost as though we record these commentaries in a void. But this is Mexican Joyride, cartoon by the underrated.
Yeah.
Mainly underrated Arthur Davis, mainly because he wasn't a director for very long before going back to being an animator.
Yeah. Well, it was the problem of being like the last one to become a director, and so when they had to cut corners and cut budgets, his unit was the one that was cut out, I guess.
Yeah. Well, didn't he go back to being an animator in Frizz's unit?
Yeah, Frizz took him in.
Frizz took him in, yeah. Come on in out of the cold, boy.
Pretty much.
Yeah, this cartoon, I never saw this on TV very much. I remember it was on the, the syndicated, the local cartoon or whatever you call the local channels, but I never saw this, in, the syndicated shows. And the weird thing is it's 1947. I think that's past the what do you call it? I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Oh, you mean that? The year was August 1st, 1948.
It was 48, so that's why.
That was shown on Saturday morning.
Yeah, that it does make sense. I'm just an idiot. But yeah, this cartoon and this cartoon, it's cartoons like this that made me. I got a little better at being able to spot Bill Melendez's animation.
Oh yeah. Because
in this, he's not working under Rod Scribner anymore, so he's kind of, doing his own thing, and it's still much like Rod Scribner's animation. His animation does still stick out, kind of.
Yeah, and all the cartoons he did with Art Davis, for sure.
Yeah, Art Davis was one of those directors who, unlike McKimson, was not intimidated by Rod Scribner. Did you ever hear about that story about how there were a couple of occasions where McKimson was directing Scribner, and he would tell him, look, you can do it. It's not going to work if you do it this way. Well, I think it will, and he's like. Meanwhile, it's like Rod's.
Yeah, I heard that McKimson was trying to condition Scribner to kind of tone things down.
Yeah,
especially after the 50s war on.
Which is weird because it's just like, look, if you want me to see this to me looks like Bill Melendez. I'm pretty sure this is all Bill Melendez. If not, it's Basil Davidovich. And I love his voice too. Yeah, it's a really great cartoon. It's definitely underrated, but yeah, I feel
also the writing team in Art Davis's unit was Lloyd Turner and Bill Scott. They also added so much to the quality of Art Davis's.
They did, and they were they were like the last remnants of the Tex Avery Clampett, Frank Tashlin kind of loony, looniness, and I don't know. Yeah, there was. I think Friz Freleng and Chuck both realized that they could corner McKimson a little bit and get him on their side and say, all right, rein this stuff in. All right, we're getting older.
McKimson was a very mild-mannered person, so he kind of would go along with things anyway.
Yeah, great director, but he always got the impression from him that he was just, because I heard that he took the director's chair under protest.
Yeah, McKimson was even offered the director's chair a couple of times.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah, 3 different times, and he turned him down all the time.
Understandably, though, because he's, you can tell that it's just, to stay in this business, I have to do this. But like weren't there were like at least 2 cartoons that he directed that I can think of where he ended up doing the lion's share of the animating, and I can't.
Well, especially after the shutdown.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Like, whole idea. He did all the animation himself.
But I'm sure that, from doing that pose-to-pose layout style, which is kind of like animating in its own right,
Mm-hmm.
you hear about stuff like that and you go, yeah, I'm sure he was real. I'm sure he was real burnt up that he had to animate the whole thing himself. It's like, okay, don't throw me into the briar patch. I love that sign. T-bone steaks any minute now.
Very gruesome joke too.
And then this,
I don't get this at all.
I was just gonna say, I don't get this joke at all. I didn't get it when I was a kid. I don't get it now.
I guess you had to ride the subway.
Well, that's the thing. Why does
something bullfighting?
But that's the thing. Why does him showing up in that subway or that train? Why does that get Daffy out of the safety zone? That's the part I don't really understand. It's like, okay, if it's a train related joke and he's in the safety zone, why does the trolley? I don't know. I just don't know. We're too young and vibrant, David. That's the problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a good cartoon, and we're gonna have to wrap this up. But David, why don't you come back next month?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I'll check my schedule, see what's
All right.
going on.
All right, everybody. That's it for us this week, and we will see you next week.